fellow Americans, I feel that I need to inform you of a threat made to our nation. The blacks, the Mexicans, the Chineses, the Russians, and even whites have made threats towards our great nation. We must band together in arms to defeat this threat.
Hello, I'm 1AP Captain Luke Chang, Senior Admin.
And I'm 1AP First Sergeant Ethan Buchanan, Head Artist. This right here, don't mind that. No, I'm not racist. A lot of people do fly this for racism, but that's not what the flag means, and that's what it means to me. Yeah. Love and tolerate. There we go.
Let me just clarify, this is his flag.
This is my flag.
This is his flag.
Actually, before we continue, these are real firearms. It's cleared. Nothing's in there. Alright, this episode is called Sleepless in Ponyville. And special thanks to all my friends on Facebook. I now pretty much have a rough idea of what the episode's going to be. It's a camping episode. They're going to be going camping. And that's about all I know. But they're going camping. It's supposedly a Scootaloo episode.
Which is her first, I think.
I think, yeah. I mean, we really haven't gotten a lot of information on her. I mean, we know Sweetabelle's Rarity's sister, Apple Bloom's Applejack's little sister.
Yeah, we don't even know where she lives, really.
Does she sleep under a bridge?
I mean, she might be an orphan for all we know.
Yeah. But it looks like Rainbow Dash is going to be filling in. Hopefully, maybe we get just a little answer on where she's from. Anyway, what it looks like to me is it's a fear thing. Scootaloo wants to, or idolizes Rainbow Dash. Scootaloo sees Rainbow Dash, wants to be like her. I know how that's like. I mean, when I see soldiers, I want to be like them.
Oh, really? What makes you think that? I never saw that about you.
Well, no. You don't see that? No? Okay. Well, I'll try my best to make it more obvious.
And now for My Little Pony, Season 3, Episode 6. Rainbow Dash with money and a silly expression.
And Scootaloo on a scooter. Causing some problems. Uh-oh. And, oh, no, we're good. There. Tipped off vegetables.
Nice moves, kid. Nice moves. Rainbow Dash thinks I've got it.
And there we go, establishing the,
So let me get this straight. She can't fly, right?
No, she can't.
Oh. Wait, don't all the little Pegasi go to, like, flight camp or something?
Flight school, yeah. How is she gonna get up there?
We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
You have to get to the school to learn how to fly, but you have to fly to get to the school.
Yeah, I can see a kind of conundrum going on here.
Little limited enrollment there.
Well, hopefully they'll bring it up later. But for now, so obviously it's been introduced that she's looking up to Rainbow Dash. We'll see where this goes.
Friends, yay!
Wow, horseshoes.
And Rainbow Dash looks over and is like, nice moves, kid. Wow.
Yeah, that's what she sounds like.
I mean, it's like she practically told me she wanted to take me under her wing, teach me everything she knows, and become like my big sister. I don't know about all that.
This is unhealthy.
It's a really nice compliment and all, but I know. But all that stuff I said could happen, right?
So she looks up to Rainbow Dash, and Rainbow Dash looks up to the Wonderbolt. So it's almost like a food chain.
I wonder if the Wonderbolt's
looking
looking.
more of my awesomeness. Well, Applejack and I are supposed to be camping up at Winsome Falls this weekend. Maybe I could get my big sister about Rainbow Dash,
Yep,
and
camping.
then we could come too. Really? Sure. I want to go. Wanna go? Of course you can go. And I'll get Rarity to come too.
No.
Camping.
Rarity.
I just camping. All of that.
She said it for us.
Nature. Applejack's going with her little sister, but
Look at our face. Just,
you don't want to spend time with me.
Ah.
oh, this again.
Right.
Ah, Sisterhood Social reference there.
Need to find an outfit more appropriate for roughing it. Ooh.
Roughing it.
See? Told you she'd want to go.
That wasn't cool. Using a lesson they learned against her.
You packed Bugs
But nature is good.
Yep. You got the canteens? Yep. Looks like
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Hey!
Oh yeah, she's not even pulling it.
Hey, Rarity. Did you remember to pack?
Oh, well, let's see who gets the last laugh when you're absolutely desperate to curl your lashes and you realize you didn't bring your eyelash curler.
Well, looks like...
Oh no, I know how that feels. Man, if I had $1 for every time.
Isn't Rainbow Dash coming?
Cool.
Oh, the good old Boy Scout days.
She's gonna
Oh,
meet
I
us
love
up at
Boy
our
Scouts.
first campsite. All right, y'all. Let's move them out.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna learn if Scootaloo even has a family, but
No, that's not the subject here.
The last 1,000 times you asked that, the answer was no. This time, it's actually yes. That's up there right now.
Unnecessary.
and impossible.
And killed the trees.
Alright, Scootaloo, just play it cool. Hey,
Nice.
hey, Rainbow Dash. What's up?
Oh, see, sucking it in.
What took you guys so long? Well, some of us didn't pack as light as the others, so we were slowed down a bit.
Hey, we have a tent like that.
Now we do.
It's actually in my rucksack.
Except, no, actually, it doesn't look anything like that.
No, it doesn't have any patterns.
Looks like you'll be sharing a tent with me, huh? If that's okay with you. Sure, as long as you don't snore.
You don't snore, do you?
Nope, no way, not me. Never snored a day or...
You know,
in my
I
life.
shouldn't say this,
You
but
and
there's
I are
a
gonna
lot
get
of
along
tension
just fine.
between the two of them. Wouldn't you not agree? I think a lot of other people are also
Got
seeing
to
that.
be kidding me. Sweetie Belle, don't be a dear and see if you can
Yeah,
find
you do
some
make a
fresh
point.
flowers for my bedside vase. Hey, Scootaloo, do be a sweetheart and see if you can gather some firewood. Seriously though, can you get us some wood for the fire? Of course.
Yeah, she doesn't seem
Hey, this is actually
Okay,
that's
everybody get
the
comfortable.
hard way to start fire.
yeah. I prefer magnesium
Because
and a
I'm
knife,
about
but
to tell you the
that's
best
an old-fashioned
story
way of doing
you've
it.
ever heard. It's about the time when Rarity had wings, and then they got ruined, and then you saved her from plummeting.
Oh
to
yes,
doom.
more references. Yay.
Okay, it's the second best story you ever heard, but probably still the scariest.
Ooh, ghost stories.
Scary stories, right?
It all happened on a night, just like this one, in the forest.
Oh, they're gonna skip this story
Like
again.
this. And then
Yeah.
the olden pony asked, "Who's got my rusty horseshoe?" Not me. Something in my throat. I wasn't scared at all. Good story. Knew you wouldn't be scared. Well, you jumped that cart the other day? You're like me. Fearless. Yeah, fearless. Don't worry. Rarity is here to
I
keep
see
you
failed
safe
expectation
and
coming up.
sound.
Think it's about time for me to hit
Don't
the
mean to be
straw.
sexist or anything, but all
Don't
women.
you worry, Lucis.
camping
There's no
trip.
Don't you worry, Applejack's got a shotgun somewhere.
That
All
sure
women.
was funny, wasn't it? How they were all afraid of the olden pony, but not me. That's because you're tough, just like when I was your age.
Only you can prevent forest
Come
fires.
in whenever you feel like it. It's nothing, just my imagination.
Oh, wow.
And that isn't the thundering storm of the olden pony.
Lot of expressions. A teddy bear. Doesn't seem like a Rainbow Dash sleeping bag.
I think they make them all like that.
Oh, I know how this feels.
Is anyone out there?
See, this is why you bring a gun camping.
This is a little different. Let's go back into the tent. Or we could run away from the tent.
Wow.
Why are we running away from the tent? That is the last thing you want to do. Huh. Okay, so this is the story that Rainbow Dash told.
Yeah, so we're full-blown nightmare.
Oh, it's a nightmare. Oh, makes sense.
No, this is totally really happening. This is real. She's not that scary.
Oh, that's pretty terrifying.
She's just an old woman.
Can you imagine if you saw an old woman out in the middle of the forest?
Rainbow Dash.
What's she gonna
Okay,
do?
it was a nightmare.
Well, of course it was a night. Well, I did see Luna for a few seconds, which probably factored into something thanks to you ruining it!
Sleepless in Ponyville, so she's probably...
Oh, no. Well,
She probably didn't get any sleep.
no. Yeah.
What's that noise? Is there a bug in here? I don't know about you, but I slept like a filly. Best night ever. Glad you rested up, because we've got a long trek ahead.
The animation department feels the need to over-exaggerate some stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, God.
Wait, they're going further?
Am I sweating? I think I'm sweating. Oh, but it's absolutely worth it to get to spend time with my little sister. It's just that this cart feels like it's getting heavier all the time.
I don't care if that cart's as heavy as a pack of mules. If we don't get a move on, it'll be dark before we get to the campsite.
Sorry. I'll just ride ahead to make sure the path is clear. We don't want to be out here after dark, right? Doesn't matter to me. Well, you know, it's for the scary ponies.
Oh, that wasn't very nice.
I've done this before.
Fall asleep now. Got to get to that campsite before dark.
Here's one lesson, don't sleep and drive. Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Is that a fish?
That was a fish.
That's a, oh my god, it's a dead fish!
It's not dead, it's still alive.
Now it's dead. Children watch the show. Oh, now it's really dead.
And it had the mask capable too.
Don't come this way. Take the path. It's way better than going through the bushes.
I didn't really think that.
She lost her scooter. Ooh.
You're more nervous than a worm in an apple on cider making day. What gives, Scootaloo?
Nothing. I just thought I heard something.
You sure you're okay? Because you seem a little jumpy.
Just getting my exercise. You know how important it is to stretch out those hindquarters every so often. Do you need a little help? That's so sweet. Thank you. What are friends for?
No need for tents tonight, y'all. We'll just take shelter in that cave.
Oh, great.
All right. A deep, dark cave. Perfect for the story I've got for tonight. All we need is a campfire and we're good to go. Of course. We'll be right back with lots of firewood
Holy
from
crap.
the deep, dark, not scary at all forest. Thanks.
Kind of irresponsible.
Yeah, no kidding.
Buddy system, guys. Buddy system.
Well, then again, this isn't the normal world. This is beautiful equestria world. where
I
nothing
don't know.
bad-
There's actually this place is
Get
actually
those
scarier.
branches.
I mean,
Oh yeah, this is the forest where bad things happen, right?
Is this the Everfree Forest?
I have no idea.
Just grab the sticks.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Here, branches,
Are those eyes really there, or are they just
It's colder
imagination?
than a Timberwolf's toenail. Where's that, Scootaloo?
Why is she doing it? Oh yeah, I've done this before.
oh god! Oh!
Here you go. That's it? It's all I could find, because, you know, there aren't that many trees around here.
It's all we need. Why don't you sit with Rainbow Dash for a while?
Applejack knows what's going on.
That's not how
No,
it
it's
works.
so not how it works.
The scary part.
You have to take you forever to go back and generate it up.
Hey, I have an idea.
So
How about I
many
tell tonight's
splinters.
Story?
All right. Just make sure it's a horrible one.
There once was a really, really nice pony who lived in a bright and sunny land where there were rainbows every day and lots of happy friends. And no offense, but it's not a real campfire story unless some pony's shaky.
Well, that just sounds like normal life here in Equestria.
Told that these very woods are haunted.
What's the point of scary stories? Can't we?
Gathers only at night. If it doesn't have a head, then how in tarnation does this pony know where it's going?
It's headless, not brainless.
Looking for lost ponies. So where's its brain? Ugh. Fear.
Yeah. Well, don't make no sense.
And they were never heard from ever again.
Never?
Headless horse story again.
Never.
Who has no sister to hug?
Yeah, good point. She doesn't, like,
me tonight.
nothing. It just, where is she from? You know, let's just forget it.
Afraid so, Scootaloo.
But we haven't even sung any campfire songs yet. You don't have to ask me twice. Buckets of oats on the wall. 99 buckets of oats.
I thought she was the
Yeah,
good
she
singer.
was the good singer.
81 buckets of oats on the wall. 41 buckets of oats. Take one down. Pass it around. You got 40 buckets of oats on the wall. 99 buckets of oats.
Oh my god.
Take one down. Pass it around. You got 0 buckets of oats on the wall.
I want to know who wrote this
Good night,
script.
y'all.
Y'all sleep tight. How about just one more song? Anyone? How about a dance contest? I know you love to cut
Why don't we
around,
check if
so
there's any bears in here?
Okay,
It seems to happen a lot.
Even if there is, then leave them alone.
Hide and seek. Who's with me? Might be tomorrow.
Seems like you don't really want to go to sleep tonight. Is there some reason?
Aw, I'm making assumptions, Applejack.
Of course not. I just love camping and hanging out with Rainbow Dash so much that I don't want to waste a single minute with sleep. Silly sleep.
That's cool and all, Scoot. But this pony needs her shut-eye, and she needs it now.
She called her
This is
Scoot.
so
That means.
unfair.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Falling asleep.
Nightmare time! Wow. It's the Headless Horse!
Yeah, it's gonna be Headless Horse.
Finally, we get to see what he looks like.
Probably a headless horse. Running through the jungle is not a good idea.
I'm never gonna be heard from again. And I
We run through so many spider webs. Yeah, and that also happens too. Oh, not that severe, but that also happens too. Luna. I saw her tail.
Why
That's
is
Luna.
she here? I don't understand. I'm so confused. Well, I guess that's kind of the point. Nope, nope, it's a Headless
God.
Horse. Okay. Careful, if you die in the dream, you die for real! Don't give up! What the hell? What the...
Hi, Luna.
What the hell are you doing in my dream?
Luna, I thought you were the headless horse.
You were mistaken, but I hope not disappointed.
You are
Oh, her
so
voice.
much better than the headless horse.
This is all not real. It's a fake. It's a dream.
Her
You
voice.
cared a lot.
I am the princess of the night. Thus it is my duty to come into your dreams.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah, what?
This is
Oh,
just a
like-
dream? But it feels so real.
What the
I
hell is
assure
going
you
on?
That you are asleep. But when you wake, the thing that frightens you most will still exist.
The headless horse?
Is the headless horse really what frightens you the most?
Mm-mm. I'm afraid Rainbow Dash will find out I'm not as tough as she thinks I am.
Oh, I'm so
Every
telling her
pony
now.
has fears, Lulu. Every pony must face them in their own way. But they must be faced, or the nightmares will continue.
No, horses are prey animals. They are instinctively scared of everything. Even paper bags. It's healthy. They are prey animals.
Why can't our president come into our dreams and give us advice? You know how much that would help me?
It was just a dream. But the headless horse isn't.
Yes, it is.
Dash said it lives
It's
here
just a story,
in these
Scootaloo.
very woods.
Come on, the freaking president of the nation came in and gave you advice. Just take it.
I guess there really isn't government business to be handled at nighttime.
Oh, she got a scooter back. Why would you leave the safety of the cave?
Yeah, again, poor decision, Scootaloo. Someone needs to explain buddy system or anything.
Well, at least bring a gun. I mean, gee.
Or pies.
Oh yeah, that works too. Wow. Oh, now it's gone for
now,
good.
now it's really gone.
Is anyone out there?
Any pony.
Anyone except headless horse?
Well, that was a bad situation. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is very dangerous.
No kidding. I'm confused what's going on. Well, I know what's going on.
I feel like I should be more panicky, but
Wow. What the hell? What the hell?
Thank you.
Well, maybe this is just a dream, too.
What were you doing out here in the middle of the night?
Rainbow Dash knows what's going on.
What the hell? Come on.
It is time for you to face your real fears, Scootaloo.
Don't cry. That just makes it worse.
I'm so sorry, Rainbow Dash. I just wanted you to hang out with me and see how cool I was, so you take me under your wing, teach me everything you know, and become like my big sister. But then you started telling those spooky stories, and I got scared. I thought I heard the headless horse, so I ran out here by myself, and... well, I guess you know the rest.
You ended up in a river and almost died.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, but if you ever tell any pony else, I'm gonna deny it. First time I heard those stories, I was scared too. You were? Sure. I mean, I got over it because I realized pretty quick that if there was such thing as a headless horse, I could totally take it on. So you're looking
See,
for
that's the logic
someone
behind
to
the
take
gun.
you under their
That's the
wing,
logic behind
huh?
the gun.
Mhm. Yeah, I might be up for something like that. Really?
Aww.
As long as you don't go falling into any more rivers in the middle of the night. It's a deal.
So I could be wrong, but maybe now they're pseudo-sisters.
Yeah, I think, is this a nod to the Bronies? Because, like, you know, Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo, that's kind of been a...
I don't want to think so. You're ruining something that's pure, and I want to keep it
No,
pure.
no. Like, you know, them being like sisters and helping each other.
What the hell? Where are they? Whoa, wow.
We're just now noticing it.
I wasn't paying attention. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow, this is so pretty.
Well, that is so sweet.
What the?
Got my rusty horse shell. Here it is for pony's sake. Now take it and stop all your moaning.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Okay.
Well, that's what Luna does, huh?
Ah.
At nighttime. When
I
she's
guess-
sleeping the day, she goes around bothering people in dreams.
Well, I mean, she's giving helpful advice. I mean, that'd be really helpful if we had like a government agent who goes around in our dreams and gives us advice. That'd be really helpful.
I don't know, but, well, okay, just visualize this. I have nightmares every so often. People have nightmares, but the most recent nightmare I had was, it was just me in my M16, and the Chinese had invaded.
That's like a dream, not a nightmare.
No, it was a nightmare.
Okay.
The Chinese had invaded San Francisco and had turned all of my bestest friends into Chineses. And they're all speaking Chineses, and they're trying to kill me with their AK-47s. And I was like, no, but they're my friends. I couldn't. And so they're all speaking Chineses to me. And honestly, if Barack Obama was to come down and say, I can help, you must face your fears.
Well, what are you really afraid of?
Chineses.
Oh, okay. I guess you have a very literal dream then.
No, I'm not racist. They went camping.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. They went camping. I I've ever since I was a little kid, I'd always go camping. But you know, if you really think about it, camping is a very interesting thing. I mean, here we are in a nice house, and we have running water, and we have flushing toilets, and we've got showers. Let's get a tent and go outside and spend some time in the wilderness.
You know who you sound like?
What?
Rarity.
Rare. No, it's just a funny concept. Is let's go outside and deprive ourselves from the things that we have for fun.
That's totally something Rarity would say. In fact, I think she did say something along those lines.
Even if it's a funny thing, I mean, I like camping. I still like camping. In fact, just randomly out of nowhere, a couple weeks ago, me and the cap went out and stayed in a little pup tent. In fact, I have the pump tent in here. There's a tent inside here that sleeps too. It's one of those little Vietnam era little V, pretty much the same thing that they had. And there's also a sleeping bag in here. So
and I will say, okay, look, we have guns, and I'd like to say we are older men, and we should be, but man, when it gets dark and you can't see a damn thing, and you hear all these crackling things. There's mountain lions out there, okay? There's cougars out there.
There's cougars
all right?
out there, yes.
So, I can kind of
there was one experience where I'm sleeping, and I'm like, and then of course there's owls and stuff like that. I'm like, whatever, right? But if I could be completely honest, I have a dog, and we left it down at the house, and he followed us, but I didn't know. So in the middle of the night, I hear some rustling around, right? And I'm like, that thing's pretty close. It's probably a wolf. It's probably something. If I just yell at it, it'll be scared. But it got really, really close and then started sniffing right by my face because the tent sniffing right by my face. Of course, that's going to scare me. So I'm like, hey, get out as loud as I could. And Toomey recognized my voice and got really excited and started scratching against the tent. Holy mother of God! I was like, oh. and then of course it was Toomey and.
So yes, camping. For those who haven't been, yes, it can get pretty scary, even for brave men such as ours with firearms. So a bunch of little girls with no firearms, I can imagine, gets very terrifying.
Yeah.
Yes, but also, what the heck? I thought it was established that Sweetie Belle was a good singer. I mean, that was a terrible campfire song.
That was a horrible campfire song.
Jeez.
Holy crap! You want to know a good campfire song?
Oh, we got a good campfire song.
Advance the flag of Dixie, hurrah, hurrah! For Dixie's land we'll take our stand to live or die for Dixie. 2 arms, and conquer peace for Dixie. 2 arms, and conquer peace for Dixie.
Say that, until then, keep calm going on. Watch out for those Chineses.
Chinese.
Communist Chineses.
But there might be some Chinese guys.
We're Asian.
No, I'm not racist.
Now, this episode also brings up a good question about idols. In other words, the people we idolize. When does it become unhealthy? Now, in this episode, it didn't really seem like Scootaloo's idolization of Rainbow Dash was the bad thing. In fact, it actually ended up being a good thing. So, do you think that it was a good thing or a bad thing, the fact that she idolized her to the point that she did?
I would not be able to say that. Honestly, in my opinion, idolizing a person to that point where it's not just you admire them, but you actually idolize them to that extent where you hang on to little compliments like that, I would actually say that is kind of unhealthy.
That's a good point. But Rainbow Dash ended up in the end being a really good character, so it seems like, oh, well, this is something you can look up to.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of out of character for Rainbow Dash, honestly, but
Yeah. But like, here, who do you idolize?
Who do I idolize?
Or admire?
George Patton.
George Patton. Everybody is gay for George Patton. Everybody. Look at my eyes. Everybody is gay for George Patton.
I can't look at your eyes because I know it's true.
George Patton is a badass.
Well, no one can argue that.
Everybody should be more like George Patton.
Yes, everybody.
Every single
Especially the guys from PETA.
Especially the guys from PETA. I don't know what that means.
Just kick ass, take balls, no names, and just...
If I can remember, though...
Blood and guts!
He was not a very tolerant person.
He was plenty tolerant. He treated all men equally. They all deserve to die.
Well, what is fear?
With fear, I think it's a natural reaction to things that are threatening.
By the way, horses are prey animals, and it is instinctful for them to be afraid of everything.
So in other words, a brave horse doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. You'd have to train them against their instincts.
Which is called bomb-proofing.
Which is called bomb-proofing, to not spook. And I don't think that
That's just training them to ignore their
training them to be oblivious to what they believe. Scootaloo's outlook on the situation, trying to be brave, trying to suppress her fear for what it was. Kids do that. Is it healthy?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is? Why is it not?
Luna said it wasn't.
Luna said it wasn't.
She
Okay, yeah, well, I guess if Luna said it, then I guess, okay, so it's not healthy. You need to face your fears. But her fear was Rainbow Dash thinking she was not as brave.
That was her greatest fear. And she couldn't just ignore it and ignore it and ignore it. No, she had to face it. That was the lesson.
What did you think about the episode, Cap?
What did I think? Well, in all honesty, I actually did kind of like that lesson. I thought the lesson at the very end was a pretty good lesson. And especially, like, you know, I mean, personally, I didn't see Rainbow Dash as the kind of pony who would be all like, you know, hey, I know how you feel. And I did not think she was capable of that. But, you know, it was kind of sweet that she was able to. It's like, you know, especially since Scootaloo doesn't have a sister and doesn't seemingly have a family. It's almost like an orphan.
I mean, are they going to explain that?
No, I know.
Rainbow Dash doesn't even have a family either. They haven't really shown it either.
But I mean, the point is now technically, I assume if they're going to go off on this, that they're going to be like pseudo sisters now, and it's sweet and everything. But my honest opinion is the route there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, just the fact that Luna appeared in the name, just the dream, just kind of confused me. I was just like, oh, especially when she was all like, you know, oh yeah, of course, you're the dream person. Like, no, she is. What? So I mean, the road there was very rocky, but I did like the destination. So I'd have to give this episode, unfortunately, a 7 out of 10.
Well, for me, a good story has good pacing, a good script, or good writing, that has good voice acting and good animation. Voice acting was good. The script, I mean, just the pacing was just over here and then over there, and I really had a hard time being immersed in what was going on. When Scootaloo was drowning in the river, usually you're supposed to feel concerned for the poor horse drowning in the river, but for some reason I'm just like, oh great, what's going to happen next? I mean, she's in the water. You probably heard, I wasn't really that worried. Usually I'm pretty damn worried when there's a poor innocent little creature in the water drowning in peril, but they didn't do a really good job at making me feel that she wasn't in any actual danger, which they're actually really good at, but not this time. And animation-wise, oh my god, just the expressions. It really throws off a good episode when you just over-exaggerate everything. It's kind of like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, you're not convincing. In the previous episode with Trixie, they had me fooled. They were acting like, you know, oh yeah, we have no idea what's going on. Please don't hurt us. And then perform magic, and it turns out everybody was in on it. That caught me by surprise. This one, it's painfully obvious that Scootaloo is afraid. Painfully obvious. It's not just like, no, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. But it's more like, no, I'm not scared. Yeah, sure, let's go to the really dark cave. But I mean, before we go in there, maybe we could sing a little song? Incredibly over-exaggerated, and that really throws off the episode for me. All in all, I'd give it a 5 out of 10.
According to 1APM and Corporate Clusterbomb, I liked it a lot. I was finally happy to get a Scootaloo episode. It really helped expand her character, and heck, it even expanded on Rainbow Dash's character. Throughout Season 2, Rainbow Dash was portrayed mostly as a self-centered and only caring about being cool. I really liked that they expanded on her as well. I feel this episode did a lot of fan service with Scootaloo's awkward obsession with Rainbow Dash being her sister. It was a little entertaining, but kinda creepy.
I agree.
Overall, I will still rate this episode a 9 out of 10.
1AP admin Saber and 1AP admin Bluecord didn't submit a review. Something about getting caught up at the Mexican border, I think it was. I think they went down there to golf or something for fun and had a little trouble with the border, I think I heard it was.
Yeah, you know, none of those infantry and cavalry
You know, those infantry and cavalry guys.
Doing their infantry and cavalry stuff.
Yeah. Just going down to Mexico, golfing.
And getting stuck. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in next week when we review My Little Pony Season 3, Episode 7. And until then, keep calm.
And Brony on. And watch out for them panko commie Chineses. No, I'm not racist. What I was thinking was I could do a little rant on attention all Americans. A threat has been made to the United States of America, or our great country. The whites, the whites, the whites,
Like all the race
whites,
groups, all of them.
the blacks, the Mexicans, the Chinese. They've made threats against us, and we must stand together. And then we'll describe why the flag's there.
All right, sounds good.
In terms of the guns, it's very easy to look really stupid on camera when you have guns out. So keep the safety on,
Yeah.
and probably sometime.
Don't go waving it around. I
Yeah,
understand.
don't wave it around. It's probably sometime in the review we're gonna have to show that the chambers are indeed empty. We did check it,
Okay.
and
you really think that we're gonna make a big deal about
yeah, I've seen other gun reviews. I mean, it's just always a good thing to do.
it? Okay. All right.
You need to, show that you are indeed a safe weapons handler. You don't want to be a bad influence or whatever. I mean, okay, guns are fun, but you do need to be very careful with them. Speaking of, have you seen my 20-round mag?
Yeah, it's over there.
Where?
Over there on that side of the room.
Okay.
You put the. You okay?
I think my law got cut off.
Get up.
No. Grab the gun. Ouch.
God, you're an idiot.
Oh. Should I even wear this?
Yeah.
Why should I wear it?
Because you own it. That's why.
Oh, my back. Jesus Christ, this thing's heavy. Ouch.